Welcome to Deep Thought. Many commenters on YouTube want to feel they have power. And why am I saying that? Well, first of all, let me be clear. I'm not talking about y'all, particularly on this channel. Because it's not, y'all are sharing in the knowledge because y'all have some very profound comments and I really love them. No, I'm talking about the troll types. I'm talking specifically about the troll types because one thing I peeped with them. Because I remember when I first started on YouTube, I would actually engage them. And I've talked about this before, but I'm really noticing something. You know, it's some folks who don't have power in real life. Think about something. A person who they're not paid attention to in the real world. They're not paid attention to in the real world. They're invisible. But you can comment on a video easily. Because one of the things I noticed, and I noticed this not even just with myself, but with other YouTube content creators who don't put up with it. There's one in particular, I ain't gonna call his name because, well, he in itself will cause a controversy. But one of the things he does, and he pointed out, he said, you know what? You get some people because they don't have anything going on in their lives. They feel like, hey, I can say something here. I'm upsetting them and stuff. Because I was really thinking about that because, you know why I thought about it? Because, like on my main channel, I always get somebody, they try to come at me. Sometimes one person tried to come at me, they had like all this long stuff trying to talk some trash. And first of all, it didn't even make my main page. And, you know, I saw it and it took me all of 2 seconds to delete it. Maybe 10 seconds because I went through what they were saying. I was like, oh, okay, this person's on some disrespect. Block. And I thought about that because I was like, wait a minute. Because at first I would just say, oh yeah, they crazy and stuff. Something wrong with them. But then I thought about it. How you have that much time to express something to somebody you don't know personally, regardless of whether or not they triggered you or to be insulting and stuff. And I was like thinking about it. I was like, But then I said, do you have time for that? Because I was thinking, I wouldn't have time for that. You know, I don't have time for it. That's why I don't get in beefs or anything. I'm like, I don't have time. Yeah, I can go get in a beef or something, but I was like, I don't have time. I'm like, how you had this much time? Seriously. I'm like, how you had this much time and stuff? So I'm like, okay. Block. So they ain't bothering you that way. But then another way, and this is something else I noticed, and this is a little bit more benign, at least on the surface. You get some people, they think they influencing the direction you go. You know, they think they are. Or they'll try to say, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know, because at first when I would get comments like that, and when I say need to, like they try and tell you how to produce your stuff and not in a positive way. Not in a positive way, because someone in a positive way, they hit you up privately and say, hey, let me help with this. But you can tell they do it in a low key. It'll come off at first maybe as friendly, but you know, they trying to come at you. But then, you know, at first when I would get stuff like that, it's like, well, okay, why don't you show me what I need to do? I would never get a response, but then I started peeping it. And then the thing is, I thought about it on even a bigger level. See, one thing about not just YouTube, but social media, it gives a chance for everyone to express themselves. Of course, you have some content creators who are making money, really only a small percentage making any real money. Like they can live off of wherever their content is. That's a very tiny thing. Because just as an aside, thing about social media is it's talent driven and top heavy. You don't automatically make money. But then I was talking about the motivation, like you get some people and they will constantly follow somebody, but they want to feel like that they're really touching their lives. They have some power. Because let's be real, most people don't have power. Most people do not have any power. They don't have any influence. Somebody's not listening to them and everything. Because, and I think the thing that made me think that, because I had someone come on, it was a few weeks ago. Somebody came on some on my men's channel and they asked me a question. And I actually answered it. I answered it. But then they came right back. They actually deleted the first thing, their first question, and came back, well, I need something deeper. Block. I'm like, dude, it's enough I can answer, you know? Because I started recognizing the stuff, you know? Shoot, I wish I could shoot. There's some serious stuff people saying. I wish I could say more. I just don't have the time. But, you know, you can peep when someone is on, you know, they really want power. They want to be heard, you know? You want to be heard. Now, for the most part, if somebody's respectful, you know, I heart the comment. But that might be the best. But then people want to be heard more. Or they want power. Or they want to feel like they influence you. And I'm going to tell you something else that made me start thinking about that. I happened to see my name on someone's video. And they specifically said, I was like, oh, what they got to say? They specifically said, well, Rom said this to me, and he was talking about this. I was like, nothing I said had to do with you, you know? And I was like thinking about that. I was like, what? But they want to feel like they have power. They want to feel like that they influence, but they don't have it in the regular world. It's like that person who, you know what, in the real world, they're invisible. They're invisible and stuff. So what they do, they want to feel like, hey, I'm visible here. You know, they can be whatever they want here. And, you know, I understand that, but then it crosses a line when you feel like you can just disrupt something or you feel entitled to someone even acknowledging you and everything, you know, and it's something because we all want power. We all want to be heard. We all want to be seen. So on one level, I get it, but then sometimes you got to cross the line, you know, but this ain't the way to do it. You know, what I would tell anybody if they got an opinion on something, don't look for me to talk about it. Just express it. Nothing's stopping you. You don't have to show your face. All you have to do is record it and upload it. It's easy, really. You know, but that's how you can build it because maybe you have, and I would tell any one of them, maybe you have something to say that other people want to hear. If you're sincere. You know, like I said, that's why I don't go after people. I really don't. Because I'm like, you know what? I got to say what I have to say. And that's it. I don't have to break someone else down. If I have an opinion on something, I just express it. You know? But it's something. And like I said, that's why I say specifically the commenters, not the content creators, but the commenters. It's something to think about. Something to think about. You know? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.